Welcome back everyone. Last time on the Channel 64 SMP, I built up the train station to better connect up with my neighbours, and we've been gradually shaping up the lakeside town. But today the focus is on finishing up the path towards the station and pushing the rail line deeper into the world, and of course a few other surprises. So if you're ready for some laid back building, creative fun and plenty of inspiration, then hit that like button and subscribe, and let's jump right on in. One of the best things about playing on a server is the unexpected surprises, and I've been left a gift from Loki of the final Carol variant missing from our collection, and I definitely appreciate the pun as well, so thank you, Loki. But anyway, we need to tackle the issue of our state of armor. I mean, last episode we lost a load of gear, so we need to urgently replace that. However, I've got no diamonds to my name, so we need to actually do a quick side mission to gather ourselves up a sufficient number of diamonds to actually get ourselves fully geared up so that we can have a chance of actually getting some of this episode. There, much better. We have enough to last us for a little while, do some shopping, and of course gear up again. So I'll make myself the missing gear, and I'm also going to do a visit over to Mega's Scaly Farm so that I can get myself enchanted up. And yes, I am still sticking to the enchanting table. I am still avoiding villagers, except for mending, but that will tie us over nicely, I think, for now. So let's get started with the first step of today's project, really, and that is we need to actually get a pathway built in from our starter house onwards up to the train station, because right now it's kind of quite tough to traverse this landscape at the moment. It kind of feels a bit like the game peak, so we need to get this sorted. So what I'm thinking is that I want to have kind of like something that kind of snakes its way through the landscape. I want to make it feel quite natural and joined up with everything. So before we can do any of that though, we do actually need to clear ourselves some space. So that means chopping down some trees, as always seems to be the case, and then we need to carve out some space in the landscape and then start to, I suppose, figure things out. So I guess really getting started is just all about getting that blank canvas to give ourselves something to work with. But once this area is cleared out, we can actually start grabbing some blocks, and then we can figure out where we want to go from there. So I'm going to be using predominantly wooden blocks. So I think really just a mixture of fence blocks, some slabs, trapdoors, and some like barrels and things. But what I also want to do is I want to make use of campfires. So I need to collect up some coal in order to actually make up some of those campfires, because these look really good actually in like pathways and all that. I mean, obviously they're useful for what they are, but I actually think they look a lot better in the sort of decorative form. But yeah, so the challenge I think really always in a survival world is actually getting started and figuring out kind of like where you want everything to be and how you want it to sort of style. So at this point, I'm just trying to sort of carve out the general flow of things, and I really am kind of messing around with this on the fly. If we try to do a lot more stuff directly in the survival world this season, rather than focusing on too much perfection in a creative world. Of course, I always have my exceptions. There are certain things like the train station that was just easier to figure out in a creative world. But when it comes to stuff like this, it's just nice to kind of trial and error and figure things out as we go along. Thoroughly content with how things are coming along with the first phase of our pathway up to the train station. It was at that point that our neighbor People logged on and asked if we'd join them over at their base.
Oh, howdy there. Howdy, MrMarkCrafter.
Hello there, neighbor. I fancy seeing you here. Yeah.
And fancy, yeah, on my own base.
Yeah, at your own base. The coincidence is uncanny.
I know, it's crazy. You've been making some very nice progress over on your side, though. It looks so nice. Oh,
not as nice as your forest.
Oh no, hush. I love your train. I love your little train station. I wanted to talk to you about something that I was rustling up in my old noggin. I want to turn your attention to this purple rectangle right here, because this is what I'm wanting to be a train station.
Well, it just so happens, across the hill yonder, I actually have made the starts of a train station.
Yes, if you would look, it's very coincidental that these line up directly with your train lines over there.
It's almost like you've been planning this.
It's almost like I had an idea in my brain and I committed to it before getting your opinion. How do you feel about connecting our two areas with a train?
No, sorry, bye.
All right, okay, cool, good chat.
No, absolutely, let's do it.
That'd be so sick. Because can you imagine this area with this huge wooden bridge structure just going through it with a train going across it?
Ooh, you could even
Like
cut a little bit through the landscape.
mountain.
You could also have a bit of like either like a little tunnel cutting through as well. That could be pretty epic.
Yeah, and I was thinking like the bridge for the train could be the entrance to the town, so you go underneath the bridge and then the town opens up to you from underneath the bridge. I've been putting a lot of thought into this.
I think that sounds amazing.
So this idea is amazing. Yes, it's a good idea.
Agreed. Yeah.
I can make it even better. I can make it even better. I went to the Nether because I needed quartz for my sheep farm.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just falling down places.
It still needs. It still
You need
needs
to
a bit
put up like
terraforming,
health and
you
safety,
know.
like warnings and things.
For now, yeah. I found these guys.
Oh,
These little guys.
they look kind of sad though.
They are sad, but once they're hydrated and stuff, they can grow up to be happy. And also, once they're grown up, they can be put in mine carts and attached with leads, and you can put the saddles on them and ride them. Right? You see where I'm going with
I
this?
see where
buddy?
you're going.
You
Yeah,
see where I'm going with
lead
this,
the
buddy?
way. Lead the way. Yep.
Nice. Happy gas train across the channel 64 SMP. Yes, because elytras are overrated. And,
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
and I mean, if you've got the means for it, if you've got the little goober guys, you may as well make them grow up and make them spend eternity in a minecart so you can ride them across the landscape, I think.
Hey, they get to see the nice, pretty scenery. They can't complain.
Yeah, exactly. So does that sound like a good idea to you?
Sounds like an absolutely splendid idea.
Perfect, because I'm thinking what we should do is build the bridge first before I build this town, just so I can line up the train station and then everything could be connected to that.
Yeah, that sounds good, because I kind of terminated it on the other end. I had purposely left it kind of open-ended, knowing full well that there might have been a chance of doing something that way. So this, I think, should work out. Yeah, starting with the rail bridge, I think, would be brilliant.
I definitely think it could work. I think that's going to be our job now, is to figure out how this is going to go over to the train station, and then the town will follow, because that's how you make the towns, right? You start with the transport going to the area,
make the train, and
then
the people
you build
will follow
the town around it. Exactly. So let's just go and do that. I think that's the play. That's the play now. Train time.
Train time, all aboard.
Choo choo.
Wasting no time at all, me and Peep actually dived head on into the building of the railway bridge, and we completely did this sort of on the fly in the survival world without really pre-planning anything ahead of time. So this was actually super inspiring and a whole lot of fun, just to kind of like hang out, chill, and build together. I mean, this really, to me, is what Minecraft is all about. It's why it's so fun, and this project has just been so inspiring from start to finish. So we really are now kind of on this sort of final stretch of finishing off the bridge. So I had to make a little stop off midway through to actually restock on some powered rails. But with that, we just needed to add in the actual redstone torches sort of cleverly hidden underneath the sort of rail segments themselves. And this also proved a nice opportunity to add in a bit of extra detailing just to make things pop. But my goodness, is this looking epic? I'm in love with it. I am in love with it. I am chuffed to bits. I think I may have just made the ultimate reason to procrastinate on the server. I am also slightly addicted to just kind of riding up and down the entire length of the tracks. And this is just so much fun. I could just do this all day long. And I am loving the views. I mean, between Peepop's like base area and my own, and of course our other neighbors in the surrounding area, this is such a great view. And I'm really excited to see who we might be able to join up with in the future, because I know already that there are a few other players that have expressed interest with joining up with us, so that could be really interesting. And of course we have the whole area of Hodgepodge, so I wonder if maybe in the future we could even build the train line as far as there, because that could be pretty epic as well, and have a train station there that kind of leads off up to people's bases. Because yeah, I know it's not necessarily the fastest way of travel, but my goodness, is it probably one of the more fun ways of traveling. I mean, yes, we have got Happy Gas now, and they are pretty fun as well, but this train line is kind of a little bit nostalgic to me in a way. I mean, this is kind of bringing back the old times, really, and I'm in love with it. But anyway, after all of that fun that we've had there, we need to actually now carry on with our pathway up to our our railway station, so that we can actually finish up the access up to it from our little lakeside town. So yeah, I'm going to continue it onwards like this, and then I'm kind of going to blend in with some of the packed mud and coaster, and then we just kind of need to sort of tinker around and kind of like wrap this into the landscape, because I need to kind of figure out how it's going to fit in, because we've got quite a steep sort of landscape here, so I want to make this kind of like almost hang out of the side of this sort of hillside area. So yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting and kind of seeing how we can go and make this look really good. So I am just kind of going to keep experimenting, and then we'll be right back and we can do some more landscaping and all sorts of other bits. Okay, so I think it is looking pretty good, but I think, honestly, I think it's missing something. There's missing something that could really help tie this into the hillside. So what I'm also wanting to do is build in a bit of a supporting wall on this side. And I am just kind of using a mixture of blocks. I want to make it look a little bit old and slightly aged and all that, and sort of really blended into the background. It's going to be a little bit uneven, something like this. And I think this actually really helps kind of like contrast things a little bit and break things up. Otherwise, the pathway kind of disappears into the landscape a little bit. And I want it to be quite visible. I want it to be a real feature of our whole area. So yeah, I think this is actually looking really good. But of course, I do need to light things up a little bit, because it's inevitable that we'll get some unfriendly visitors along the way if we don't. So yeah, it's really important that we get this safe and, free of any unwanted guests. But now we have our next challenge. So we have our pathway leading up to the top of the hillside, but we still have no way of actually crossing the train line safely over to our train station. Yes, we could probably go under, but I think we could do better than this. So in order to tackle this, what we need to do is we need to actually start gathering up a few resources so that we can actually start constructing up a passenger bridge kind of crossing over the train line, so we can have a nice walkway end to end. And I really am excited to sort of, again, experiment with something a little bit different here and make something that can really fit in with all of the building styles that we've used so far, and make this really kind of organic and fit in things quite nicely. So I actually want to make use of jungle wood. It's a wood type that I haven't really used tons of in many of my builds, but I think actually this should blend in really nicely with the exposed copper states. So I think this could look really good, and also with like bricks and mud bricks as well. So we'll gather up some of that, and then we can actually start constructing it up. And I'm really excited to do this, because once we actually have this in place, we'll also have a really nice little vantage point, hopefully, that we can actually look out over the train line, so that as people come by on their minecarts or what have you, we can actually see them come by, and I think that will be really epic. And again, this will really tie things together nicely. I think it's fair to say at this point I am feeling super inspired. There are actually 2 more features that I really want to add into this area, but before we do that, we just need to actually finish off a little bit of the landscaping to sort of really complete things up nicely. So that means kind of just extending this pathway ever so slightly to join it with the bridge itself, tackle a little bit of sort of greenery and shrubs and stuff around the path to kind of blend in with the sort of style that we went with previously along the sort of sides of the rail tracks. And then I think this looks pretty good. I am happy with this. So yeah, so now we can actually dive into a couple other things I'm really sort of keen to build. And I had the idea of actually building something that you'll obviously see in a lot of rail stations. And you might guess what I'm building, but I'm going to build a rail signal up in here because I think this could look really nice and be a nice little detail just to kind of add a bit more, I guess, energy and all that to sort of bring things to life a little bit more, make it feel more immersive. And that's kind of what everything's about here, really. I am all for making things as immersive as possible. And of course, it's not always possible to get like a full degree of realism into things, but just having little details like this can really kind of help make things pop that little bit extra. And because I'm kind of thinking more along the lines of, I know we're using minecarts on the actual tracks itself, but just for the basis of this whole station area, I'm kind of envisioning like it being wrapped around like a steam sort of railway type thing. So for them, you obviously have like sort of giant water towers usually by the stations to kind of like refill them with water and everything. So I think that could also be another nice little feature in this area. So I'm just kind of figuring out where best to put this. So I don't want it too close to everything, but yeah, somewhere like this. Ouch, please stop that. Ow. Who put that there? Anyway, so yeah, we need to kind of like build this out. So I'm keeping this quite simple, and I'm just kind of really messing around really on the fly because I'm just kind of looking at a few like reference images to sort of give myself something to work off of. But I am keeping it quite simple like this, and I'm trying to keep it very much also in scale because I think sometimes when you're building, it's really easy to kind of like lose scale with like your other builds, and I don't want to make this overshadow the station itself, but I want to make it sort of supplement it. So I think this sort of size works pretty nicely. But yeah, I think just little D's like this is going to go a long way. So we'll finish off the little top area over here, and then I think that's kind of us wrapped up. And if we take a little look now at this now from a slight like vantage point like over here, yeah, this is looking pretty good. This is looking good. Okay, I am happy with that. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay, we've got a rail signal, we've got our little water tower, we've got our passenger bridge kind of snaking over the train line, and of course we've got our pathway leading down to our lakeside town. But anyway, now it's time to actually head back over and meet up again with People, who's been very busy.
Welcome, my friend, to Sweetberry Station. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and it's good to be here.
It's also easy to be here now.
It's also very easy to be here.
Got a lovely bridge.
We are connected at last.
At last, and we're going to connect up the rest of the server, aren't we? We're going to take that upon ourselves to connect up the rest of the server using some very lovely transportation. Are you ready? Are you ready for these guys? Look.
Hello there, friends.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
And it doesn't
flow. It doesn't.
Performance issues, technical difficulties. Stand by.
No, it blocks it up. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, cool. Hold on.
Please hold.
Please hold. Help.
A few moments later.
Oh, now it spreads.
Now it spreads. Okay, cool. Anyway, that's epic. These guys are gonna grow up, and it's going to be beautiful because what we could do is we can put them in the minecarts.
Yes.
And this happy guest, and these happy guests will be the Happy Ghast Express. It's going to be amazing.
Whilst we waited for the Happy Ghast to actually grow and hydrate, People then took me on a tour around their new town to show me all of the builds that they've been really busy working on.
And then we have Sweetberry Hotel and Saloon. That has the main three things that you need as a cowboy.
Drinks, a tailor,
beer,
and, yeah.
Cocktails. There it is.
Absolutely. I love the use of the pale oak. It looks gorgeous.
It makes me so happy that this block is in Minecraft. It's
long
perfect.
overdue. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's so good. And then over here we have the sheriff and a chess monster that I haven't moved yet because I'm still working on.
But surely that's a criminal offence in itself. I mean, lock yourself
yeah,
up right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hold on. I'm gonna put myself in the jail. Help!
I'll let you out when you fix your chess monster.
Oh no!
As we carried on touring and chatting for a little while longer, it came to our attention that there was a strange-looking monument over on the hillside that we had no idea what was about, so we decided to pop over and check it out to see what was going on.
There we go. Okay. What is this up
I
here?
have no idea. It looks very ominous.
It's just
It's
just a
diorite.
beacon. It's just a diorite beacon.
The beacons are lit.
This one's not lit. Outdoor course for aid. Do you have a flint and steel on you?
I'm being the most prepared person going. No.
I feel like this needs to be lit. This one's the only one that isn't lit.
It is the odd one out.
Do you want to? If this does nothing, I'm going to be sad, but also it's still kind of.
And if I
weird.
blow
Are
up
you
half
ready?
your mountain because this is rigged, I don't want to take the fall for that. I'm afraid.
That's fair. Okay. Ooh.
Oh. Oh. And that cow moo was like impeccable timing.
Well, that was a bit anticlimactic.
Oh, I was hoping that was going to do something then. Okay.
I'm still not sure what this is. Oh, there's also particles around it. That's so weird.
Particles. Mysterious.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Some snub.
oh
my
God,
goodness.
that is the cutest sound.
They're so cute.
Why am I being melted by a little marshmallow floating in the sky?
Bulls.
Feed him up, feed him up. Oh. Oh! Whoa! Hello.
Hello. Hello.
You grew up fast.
Whoa.
Come back.
Hey, come back.
Come back.
Come back.
Come back.
I have snowballs. I have snowballs. This is so cool. How do you go down?
I have no idea.
Oh, you just it literally just goes in the direction that you point. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. This is ridiculously cool.
This is so cool. And you can
And we can walk along on top of it as well. That is insane.
Now, I think what we're gonna do is
Yep.
we're gonna figure out how to get these in the carts off camera. And then,
Yes.
because it might be a tricky one, so let's try and get these in the carts, and then
We'll go from there.
yeah, we'll go from there.
With the happy cows now mostly all grown up, me and Peep then started trialing and error, trying to get them all into minecarts and actually get them all connected up. So as we understood it, we thought it would be possible to actually attach leads between the separate minecarts to actually get a sort of single like happy cast train. However, try as we might, we couldn't seem to get them joined up. Every time we tried to join a lead to a happy cast already in a minecart, they just hopped on out. So we tried then with a furnace minecart, just pushing them along, but this soon started to split up, and we came to the realization that it was just not going to work.
Mark,
Yep.
I think we were lied to.
I think we were lied to.
I think we got social media'd.
I think we got
We got,
heavy
we got cyberpunked. You can't make a multi-carriage happy gas viably. So,
The cake was a lie, is what you're saying.
oh, the happy balloons were a lie.
Oh, this is...
What am I gonna do with all these guys now?
Sometimes plans work out and sometimes they don't, but regardless, I've had so much fun today together with people, and we've made so much progress together, and also on top of that with all the other things that we've also been and done. So all I've left to say is thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye bye.